Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Grade 3rd. Beta, we are here with your third assessment's first chapter, which is in your English literature book, and the name of the chapter is Mr. Sharpe's Fish. As you are seeing, the two animals drawn in front of you on your board. One is fish and the other is cat. There are few characters involved in the whole story. The first one is Mr. Sharpe. Beta, this is the story of a man whose name was Mr. Sharpe and he loved fish. Mr. Sharpe not keep them as pet, but he liked eating them. Mr. Sharpe liked to eat fishes very well. He did not like to keep the fish as their pet animal, but rather he would prefer them to eat in his lunch or in his dinner. Mr. Sharpe worked hard. When he had some money, he always went to the market. He bought fish for his dinner. So beta, Mr. Sharpe by profession, he worked something, and whenever by doing work he earned any money, either little or huge, he went to the market, and from the market he bought some fish and returned back to his home and asked his wife to cook that fish for himself. Why? Because he loved to eat. He liked the fish very much. Mr. Sharpe को fish बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद थी. Therefore, his wife cooked it for him and present in the dinner or lunch. One day, what happened when he returned back? He just shouted, "Sheena, Sheena." Sheena, the name of his wife, Mr. Sharpe's wife, and said, "Look at that fine fish I have bought today and I wanted to eat in my dinner. You should cook it well for me." His wife replied, "Okay, I will cook it for you, and when you return back from your work, I will serve you in your dinner." Then Mr. Sharpe went back happily, and at night when he returned back, he just asked his wife to "Sheena, just give me fish, so I want to eat the fish." Mrs. Sheena, what she did? She just cooked that fish, but actually what did happen, that in the afternoon the smell of the fish, it just go outside from the window, and all the neighbors and family and friends, whoever the people living nearby to their home, they just gathered in the house of Mr. Sharpe and they are asking that what are you eating and what are you having in your lunch. तमाम लोग जो उनके दोस्त अहबाब थे उनके घर आ गए और पूछने लगे आज खाने में क्या है, क्योंकि इट स्मेल्स सो नाइस. घर से बड़ी अच्छी मज़ेदार सी खुशबू आ रही थी. Mr. Sharpe's wife said कि I have cooked fish for my husband. Then she just stopped at once. वो एकदम रुक गई और कहने लगी कि okay, don't worry, I will serve some fish for you. Then she just came along with the dish of fish and everyone sat down around the table, dining table, and started eating the lunch and just went happily from their house. Now Mr. Sharpe's wife just got worried and said, "What did I present my husband in his dinner when he returned back?" जब Mr. Sharpe घर वापस आए अपने काम से, he just shouted, "Sheena, Sheena, please give me my fish so I can eat." Sheena ने कहा, उनकी वाइफ आई with the tray in her hand, and in that tray what was placed? A bowl of vegetable soup, and there is some noodles along with the fork. What is that? Mr. Sharpe said. Mr. Sharpe again come in anger. गुस्से में आ गए, उन्होंने कहा ये सब क्या है? Sheena replied, "A cat suddenly entered in the kitchen and he just ate all the fish which I cooked for you." Mr. Sharpe becomes very angry and said, "I want to eat. I was waited long, so I will come home and eat it as my dinner, and you said there is nothing left for me. It seems very bad." वो बहुत नाराज़ हुए And the very next day he just again came with another big fish in his hand. अगले दिन क्या हुआ? मिस्टर शार्प दोबारा आए और एक बड़ी अच्छी सी मछली फिर लेकर आए and placed it in front of his wife and said, Sheena, just cook it today for myself so I will eat and just keep remember I will not hear any excuse this time. मैं कोई बहाना नहीं सुनूंगा. Sheena again said, okay, I will try my best. I will cook it for you. Then what happened? That the night when Mr. Sharpe returned, he just asked for his fish and again the reply came from Sheena, the same cat ate your fish. I'm so sorry. I have left some bread and bowls of soup and vegetables boiled for you to present. But Mr. Sharpe got into anger and said, I don't want to eat.